Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, community members, parents, grandparents, friends, welcome to the 2019 Honor Society ceremony.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our 2019 National Junior Honor Society Induction Ceremony. We are pleased to have parents, teachers, students, and honored guests here with us today to honor this year's new candidates. Now, Chloe Odette will speak on knowledge.
The candle of knowledge shines today to illuminate our world. This light stands for the enlightenment of mankind throughout the preceding centuries into our futures. With it, we will conquer disease and oppression and provide for all mankind. The students inducted into the National Junior Honor Society today have shown the desire and determination to acquire this knowledge and use it to better our world. Carly Bishop will now lead us into the Pledge of Allegiance of the flag. Please rise.
Maddie Burns will share a reading with us.
From the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
The National Junior Honor Society was founded in 1929 with the hope of creating an organization that would recognize and encourage academic achievement while developing other characteristics essential to citizens in a democracy. Membership is both an honor and a commitment, and has been earned by the effective demonstration of the 5 qualities held in high esteem by the Society. 5 of our members will review these qualities. Tristan Lawson will now speak concerning scholarship.
If you look in a dictionary for what scholarship is, it will say learning, knowledge acquired by study, the academic attainments of a scholar. James Russell Lowell says that true scholarship consists in knowing not what things exist, but what they mean. It is memory but judgment. But if you ask me, I will say scholarship is more than just getting straight A's. It is a lifelong love of learning. In the end, it is a sum of all small choices. Each time you decide you want to learn something, the experience is so rewarding that the next time will become easier. Soon, learning becomes a habit. At that point, your desire to make getting A's is easier while taking your focus off of grades. Sometimes the knowledge can be hard to gain, but knowing you've mastered a difficult subject is an awesome reward. Then suddenly the world around you becomes richer and full of learning opportunities. I will now light the candle of scholarship.
Samantha Hatton will now speak to us concerning character.
Character is one of many important traits and a potential member of the National Junior Honor Society should possess. Character is often defined as the traits and features that form an individual, which they can ultimately change the course of this individual's life. A person with a strong, good character often takes responsibility, remains dedicated to their tasks, and are willing to lend a helping hand, and never compromise themselves for an unworthy causes. Character can influence many aspects of life, from education to career to relations with others. A strong character can be the difference between passing and failing a class, graduating from college or dropping out, getting a great job or being unemployed. Character is the true values and morals of an individual. These ethics will guide you over your entire life. Character is so important because it carries with it your ability to succeed in all aspects of life. Character is a fundamental quality of a member of the NJHS and for all who hope to achieve much and positively influence others. Now I light the candle of character.
Allie Plummer will speak to us concerning leadership.
Leadership is very important to me. Being a leader is something I have aspired to be my whole life. It's not just about being loud and being heard. To me, it's part of setting a good example for your peers. Leadership is not being afraid to speak up in and out of the classroom. It's listening to other people and being able to organize thoughts and put them into action. As a leader, you have to earn respect from others by being respectful to them. And most important of all, you must be confident in yourself. Most people think that you have to that to be a leader you have to have some kind of authority, like a teacher or politician. That's not necessarily always the case. I am proud to say that I am surrounded by leaders every day in school, at church, and in my community. I will now light the candle of leadership. Rory Adams will now speak concerning service.
Service is something that everyone can do. It does not require a lot of athleticism, knowledge, or power. It only requires giving one's time, talents, and energy. By giving of your time to help those less fortunate, you are creating a positive cycle of giving. It may be a gesture as small as taking out your neighbor's trash or opening the door for a person whose hands are full. Just these small gestures can have a huge impact on someone's day. By giving of yourself and serving others, you are setting an example of caring for the world. Service to others not only benefits them, but also builds your character and leaves a lasting impression of goodwill to your fellow man. I will now light the candle of service.
Gabby Eastep will now speak concerning citizenship.
Citizenship is an individual with rights and duties. Good citizenship is shown by how you act and treat others. A good citizen is someone who takes his or her time to do something for others. A good citizen is someone of character who believes in the action for the greater good of their community. Margaret Mead said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." I now light the candle of citizenship.
We are pleased to announce the following candidates as the 2019 members of the National Junior Honor Society. When your name is called, please step out of your row and up to the stage. A current member will greet you, tap you with the gavel, and have you sign our register of members. May I have the first envelope, please? This student participates in soccer, track, and band. She volunteers at our church's Bible school. Would Ava Carpenter please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in STEM Club. She visits nursing homes with her church and volunteers at Sheer Magic Pet Grooming. Will Sophie Mullen please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in football, track, STEM club, and theater. He volunteered at Fall Fest and all theater fundraiser shows. Would Cruz Allison please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in girls' ministry and was selected Students of the Month. She also volunteers at horse stables. Will Shelby Thacker please come up?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in basketball, softball, choir, Muse Machine, and her church's youth group. Would Kirsten Bottles please come forward? May I
have the next envelope, please? This student participates in volleyball and band. She also babysits and works at her church. Would Liliana O'Neill please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in sideline cheer, competition cheer, and track. She also volunteers at Ally Strong. Would Morgan Wills please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? Thank you. This student participates in student council and his church youth group. He's been on the principal's list all year. Would Anthony Marie please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in select and in-school softball. She babysits and helps take care of the school softball field. Would Savannah Brown please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in soccer, softball, choir, and Muse Machine. She helped clean up the CPA fields and works in the concession stand. Would Elise Banks please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in soccer, softball, Muse Machine, choir, and our church's youth group. Would Kira Atkins please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in Boy Scouts. He volunteers at Camp Chautauqua and Camp Friedler. He enjoys service projects. Would C.D. Talbert please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student babysits and enjoys helping others. Serving people is very important to her, and she strives to make CMS a better place. Will Raiden Shotwell please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in volleyball, softball, soccer, and student council. She also volunteers at the library. Would Emma Motley please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in soccer, marching band, and babysitting. She wants to make the school a better place for everyone. Would Mackenzie Boley please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in STEM club, basketball, track, band, and her church's youth group. Would Amelia Breeding please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in student council, cheerleading, and choir. She has also volunteered at a nursing home. Would Madison Tessie please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in the theater, Muse Machine, KCC, summer sing, choir, and STEM club. Would Greta Moore please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in softball, basketball, choir, and Muse Machine. She volunteers at Hope House. Would Layla Knapp please come forward?
have the next envelope, please? This student participates in baseball, soccer, STEM club, and his church's youth group. He also volunteers at church. Would Aiden Johns please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in baseball, football, track, and indoor soccer. He also volunteered at Railroad Days. Would Silas Borders please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in band, tutoring special needs students, and babysitting. She wants to make a difference by helping others. Would Jane Rivas please come forward?
May I please have the next envelope? This student participates in baseball, football, and basketball. He has helped clean up ball fields and helped the first grade football team. Would Tanner Riley come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in 4-H, softball, Girl Scouts, church, and horseback riding. She has also fed the homeless. Would Courtney Osborne please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in 4-H track, cheerleading, horseback riding, and gymnastics. Would Samantha Lambert please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in sideline, competitive cheer, and YMCA volleyball. She is also in her church's youth group. Would Kenzie Kirkpatrick please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in school softball and select softball and basketball. She takes softball lessons and has always been on honor roll. Would Kerrigan Bowman please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in band and student council. She appeared in the Footloose musical and the Fiddler on the Roof. Would Abigail Campbell please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in a crafting club and jazz band. She was on the talent show committee and takes guitar lessons. Would Andrea Jackson please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in Say Soccer, track, jazz band, and muse machine. He is also a Learning Tree Farm volunteer. Will Miles Irwin please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in middle school band and babysits. She's dedicated to serving our community. Would Anna Gross please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in soccer. She also dog sits, babysits, shovels snow, and mows lawns. Would Kara Morris please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in Boy Scouts, Student Council, STEM Club, CHS Theater, Arts, Muse Machine, and Soccer. Would Kaylin Brown please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in volleyball. She volunteered for a food drive and donated money to a children's hospital. Would Maddie Polly please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in soccer, track, cheer, and upward basketball. She was a volunteer for 3 Fro for Kids. Would Olivia Jones please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in volleyball, basketball, and softball. She is also in the STEM club. Would Elena Eldridge please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in softball, soccer, and track. She also does taekwondo. She would like to start a community garden at CMS. Would Anna Blair please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in cheerleading, tumbling, and student council, and is a PB cheer coach. Would Olivia Hurley please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in Girl Scouts and STEM Club. She tutors children and would like to have more opportunities to do this. Would Mary Martin please come forward?
May I have the next envelope, please? This student participates in baseball, football, and wrestling. He also has fed the homeless. Will Colby Millard please come forward?
It is my pleasure to announce the 2019 honorary member. This individual exceeded all the qualifications of Honor Society in leadership, citizenship, character, service, and scholarship. She demonstrated the highest standards for all to follow. We have witnessed the dedication and devotion of this individual on many occasions. It is great pride that we will honor her today. The 2019 member is Connie Williams.
Would the 2019 candidates for membership in the National Junior Honor Society please rise? Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I pledge myself to uphold the high purpose of this society, to which I have been elected, to strive in every way, by word and deed, to make its ideals, the ideals of my school and my life. I joyfully accept this honor with responsibility and gratitude. Parents, teachers, students, and honored guests, I present you the 2019 National Junior Honor Society. please be seated?
We would like to thank the following people who made this induction ceremony possible. Miss Erin Ridinger for playing the piano and Mrs. Carrie Branson for assistance with our reception. This reception will be held in the cafeteria for the members, their parents, and staff members immediately following the dismissal of the student body. Could we now have another round of applause for the new members of the National Junior Honor Society? Thank you for your attention and your presence with us today. This concludes the induction ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you for what a great ceremony, guys. Thank you for a great ceremony. Parents, teachers, community members, students, we will dismiss, but I first want to, first of all, thank you as parents, because this is what we get. You guys do everything to make these people behind us. And first of all, I want to thank you one more time, everyone again, all the students behind me. What a great job. It's hard work. I think when you hear they're involved in this, it's just not academics. They're just such a well-rounded people. And Ms. Johnson, what a great ceremony. Thank you very much. Thanks for putting up with me this week and all that good stuff and all that. But anyway, Mrs. Williams, from the students, from the staff, from the community, from past students, don't make me cry either. I always get emotional this time of year, so this is like saying bye, but we're never going to say goodbye. You're going to come back and you're sub for us and all that good. I bet you will, but we love you. Thank you for all you've done to us. Thank you. This brings another great conclusion to a school year. And again, we want to thank you. Students, again, please look at these students behind you and aspire to be them. They do a great job, and they work hard, and they get involved. So please, that's my only advice. And when I've always talked about character to our staff or to our students, I always say, what is character? It's when no one's watching. You've heard me say it 100 times. What do you do when no one's watching? And they do it. They do it right. So with that, and we conclude, parents, I am going to dismiss you first because I'm going to let you go make your way to the cafeteria. We have to be out of the cafeteria by 11 a.m. because we got to feed 400 kids. So I apologize for shooing you out. But if you're going to sign out, please sign your student out at the attendance office. Mrs. Baker or Mrs. Beener will take care of you. At this time, students, you are now dismissed. We want to also thank Bailey Sprandel for helping Mrs. Ridinger on the piano also. Thank you very much. So parents, you are now dismissed. Students, please have a seat. Guys, great job. Great job. Everybody did a wonderful job. I'm proud of you. Proud of all of you.